and welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. If you're watching this show, chances are you've moved up in age and now you're saying, all during my life I've put money into Social Security, automatically taken from my paycheck, and now you want to kind of reap the benefits. And today we have with us the specialist in Social Security, Kylle McKinney. So glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
You're always a wonderful, everybody's always interested in what you have to say.
Oh, thank you.
And then thank you, number two, for being a wonderful reflections preacher for us,
thank
too.
you. I'm honored.
Those are always well received by our audience, too.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, Kylle, we're getting a little bit older, and, and I quote politicians, everybody wants to get everybody scared. Fear is a big thing to make people have to move on something. And they talk about, oh, you poor people, Social Security is going to go away.
Well, let me.
I'm sure it could, like everything else.
Well, let me just say, I'll say, first of all, start off by saying when Social Security was first initiated back in 1935, it was set up as a pay-as-you-go type system,
right?
Meaning the employees and employers of the day were funding the retirees of the day. Well, back in 1935, for every one retiree, there were 35 workers funding that one retiree. By the time 1960 rolled around, it dwindled down to 5 workers per one retiree. Today, we're at 3 workers per one retiree. If the trend continues, it's estimated that by the year 2035, we'll only be at 2 workers per one retiree. So the question is out there, will Social Security even be around when I retire? And the answer is yes, it will. But if nothing is done to address the issue of solvency, it may not look the way it does today. Now, there's 2 years I want to share, and one has already passed, and that's the year 2010. Beginning in 2010, Social Security started paying out more in benefits than we're collecting in taxes. So as of 2010, we're already in the red. Another year to consider is the year 2035, that if nothing is done to address the issue of solvency, then we'll only be able to pay 80% of the 100% we're paying now. So again, 2010, we're paying out more than we're collecting in. 2035, if nothing is done to address solvency, we're only able to pay 80% of the 100% we're paying in promised benefits currently. So the questions are out there. Do you privatize? Do you cut benefits? Do you raise taxes? Well, again, we are not a political agency. So we don't get involved in those arguments, but we do trust that Congress, in a bipartisan way, will come up with some kind of solution to address, to address the issue. So it is a cause for concern, but at this point, it's not a cause for alarm.
And of course, basically, people have to realize the fact that now, when Social Security was put into effect, the lifespan of a person wasn't as long as it is now.
That's correct. Yes.
And so basically, the longer I live, the more I'm drawing more money than I actually put into Social Security.
Yeah, you're correct. The lifespan was, I think 65 was considered the, longevity of life back then. So lifespan has increased over the years. But again, as I mentioned earlier, as long as people are working and paying into Social Security, there's always something to pay out. But how much to pay would be the actual thing to be concerned about.
So I guess we're getting, our population is growing, but it is kind of stagnant. It's not growing in leaps and bounds. So, but more people need to be to where they're in the active workforce and paying into Social Security.
Yes, and the thing about that is, that's how we insure you for earnings, is through your earnings. We calculate those earnings into what we call credits. For instance, in the year 2016, every $1,620 in earnings equals 1 credit. You can earn up to 4 credits per year, but you need 40 credits over your lifetime of work and paid at least 10 years worth of work into Social Security to be insured for a benefit with our agency. Now, these years don't have to be consecutive. They can be sporadic throughout your work history, but at least 10 years paid in or 40 quarters over your lifetime to be insured. I also want to point out that the earliest a person can file for retirement with us is age 62. However, if they file at 62, they can look at a reduction in benefits permanently for the rest of their life. For those who have a full retirement age of 66 and they file at 62, they can see a 25% reduction. If they have a full retirement of 67 and they file at 62, they'll see a 30% reduction. Wow. Now, this reduction factor does decrease the closer they wait toward their full retirement age, and the difference is normally about 7.5% per year, so that's to be considered. And also, it normally takes about 12 to 14 years to what we call break even, meaning equaling out getting it early as opposed to your full retirement age. So individuals reaching about age 74 to 76 years old will finally see an equaling out of getting it early as opposed to their full retirement age. I also want to point out, if you delay your retirement, up to age 70, then for each year past your full retirement age up to age 70, we pay you a bonus
Absolutely.
of 8% per year. So what I would recommend people to do is they can create a My Social Security account by going to our website, socialsecurity.gov, and create that My Social Security account. And that way they'll actually be able to download their Social Security statement and also look at different estimates. We have an online retirement estimator that can plug in different years and, just different scenarios to see what their benefits may be from between 62 to age 70. But, we don't tell a person when to file for retirement. That's a personal decision.
Yes.
But we always say consider 3 factors: your age, your health, and your finances.
That's right. And if you're able to do it, ideally, 70 is the magic number.
Yes, if you are able to, you're good health and financially you can wait that long, then the more you wait, the more you get from us for Social Security.
That's great.
Yes.
Well, listen, thank you for everything you do. And just let our viewers know before you go away, there is the website.
Yes, the website is www.socialsecurity.gov. And we have by the way, we have a new designed website. So when you go there, you'll see a brand new website. And please create that My Social Security account so you can get access.
It's really you. It's your account.
That's correct. Great. That is very correct.
Good. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, sir.
You're an expert, buddy.
Oh, well, thank you.
Glad to have you on the team.
Thank you.
And just remember this. It's your money. You put it in, monitor it as best you can, and make sure you make the right decision. We'll be right back right after this.